President Uhuru Kenyatta's announcement that the 1.5% housing levy on all salaried Kenyans to finance the affordable housing project will now be voluntary was to a large extent informed by legal battles that stalled the project's desired takeoff. So what happens next? Will Kenyans voluntarily contribute enough to enable the government achieve its goal of 500,000 affordable housing units by the year 2022? Let's listen in.
The vision of the Boma Yangu National Housing Development Fund project is 500,000 housing units worth 3.2 trillion shillings by 2022 to help Kenyans achieve their goal of owning homes. But the central question is its funding. Ideally, the mandatory contribution for both employers and employees, a 1.5% housing levy on all salaried Kenyans, was to heavily finance the affordable housing project, but the legal battles and court injunctions have stalled its implementation.
But we need to soldier on with this noble program for a revision of the legal requirement in respect of the housing fund levy to make the contribution voluntary, and this should happen with immediate effect.
For many Kenyans already weighed down by a heavy tax burden and numerous salary deductions, this was a relief.
Nilishukuru vile rais alitoa mambo ya housing ile alitoa tulipe 1%. Na wale watapeli wale wako ndani ya serikali tunataka zuie.
Mtu unatamani ukuwe na kitu lakini you can't because life yenyewe uko nayo na pass through, pesa yenyewe unapata yote mahitaji unatumia inaisha.
But what does this mean for the project?
They intended to raise around 55 billion from the working population every year. If it was effected, we would be able to raise that amount. But now without the fund, it's not been there, it's not been working. But people have been making voluntary contributions.
If you contribute, you'll get a house. We have got a social house, which is for targeting people in the minimum wage, 0 to 15,000. There is a low-cost house from 50,000 to 50,000. And then after public participation, Kenyans said, look, 100,000, which is where we were putting maximum, is too little. So now we've upped it up to 150.
In a country where there is a mismatch between the demand for housing, 250,000 units, and the supply of 50,000 units, the creation of the Housing Fund was informed to bridge the gap between the rich and the poor by creating a framework through which even those in the informal sector, the traditionally unbanked, can access financing towards home ownership. However, many Kenyans for whom it was supposedly designed still do not understand how the Boma Yangu portal works, how they can register, start contributing and be eligible for the lottery.
Itachukua how long? Utakatwa kwa miaka mingapi ndio urithi? Na bad luck ikiwa kwamba utakufa, watoto wako watarithi hiyo nyumba? Mimi nina miaka 60 sasa hii. Do you think that ukinititax itachukua muda gani?
For the voluntary contributor, monthly contributions are not capped and voluntary contributions will not be taxed at the time of withdrawal. As at Friday, 13th December, there were only 277,013 registered applicants on the Boma Yangu website.
The strides we've made will enable the government to get to their target by 2022. And if not, maybe exactly there, it might fall short slightly.
For now, the government has to go back to the drawing board to get Kenyans to buy into the vision. Dorcas Wangera, Citizen TV, Nairobi.